okay, we have to kill these people, they're transgressing your law. And the king accepts. So he goes, puts the posters, and when Mordecai sees that, he was so distressed, he was sad, he was angry, and as a form of protest, he goes to the king's gates, and he dresses himself in sackcloth and throws ashes on himself. And he was weeping. Now, Esther saw this, and she was confused. She was freaking out. What is happening with my cousin? Why is he doing that? So, she sent her servants, and they delivered the message from Mordecai, saying, they're going to kill us. They're going to kill our people. You have to do something. You have to go to the king and plead with him for mercy. But how would Esther do that? She was just a young lady, and she couldn't just go to the king and say, hey king, can you please help me with this? No, she needed to be called by the king. And if she went there alone, she could be killed. Now, Mordecai was sad about her response. So he told her, listen, if you're not going to speak up, then someone or deliverance will come from somewhere else or someone else. But if you don't speak up, you and your father's family will perish. But you know, maybe you became queen because you were going to save us. Who knows? So, after that, Esther had to think deeply. For the first time, she had to take a decision and not just follow what other people said. Either she obeyed the law and did exactly and was accepted by the other people, or she went and talked to the king and maybe saved her people. And she decided to gather all her people. She told Mordecai, go gather all our people and fast for me, pray for me. For 3 days, they prayed for her. Her and her servants did so. They fasted, and here came the day for her to talk to the king. She dressed with a very beautiful robe, and she went there in the court, scared. Her heart was pounding, hands shaking, didn't know what was going to happen. Was she going to be killed? Was she going to survive and be able to save her people? So she waited. And the king sees her. And he finds mercy. She finds mercy in his eyes. So he invites her in. He tells her, actually, what would you like me to do? What is your petition? If it's half of the king that you want, I will give it to you. She says, well, king, if it pleases your eyes, can you and Haman come to a banquet I have prepared for you? And he thought, sure, okay, bring him in. So they go to the banquet, Haman for sure, he was super happy, he was super pleased. And they were eating and talking and having fun, and in the end, the king asked again, what is your petition, Esther? Queen Esther, what would you like? If it's half of the kingdom, I will give it to you. And once again she said, if it pleases you, may you and the king and Haman come once again to a banquet I will prepare tomorrow. Now, Haman was going back home, super prideful, super happy that, hey, I went to eat with the king and the queen, and I was the only one invited. That's very, very unlikely to happen. And as he's walking out the gate, he sees Mordecai. And Mordecai is there. This stirs up such big anger in Haman's heart that he goes back home and tells his friends and wife. And they suggest to him, hey, why don't you kill Mordecai? Build this 23 meter high pole and suggested the king to kill him. So he did. Now, this is when things get really, really interesting. That night, the king could not sleep. He just couldn't sleep. I don't know what was happening with him. But he said, you know what? Hey, servants, come.